everyone, my name is Durbuilder. I'd like to welcome you back into another episode of MineColonies. I hope you're having a great day so far. So it's been a busy one on our last couple live streams, doing some more terraforming and putting in some more sidewalks, some more roads, and you could see, Kindly just grew up. And a lot of stuff going on, put some trees in, some lampposts we have going all the way down with some lanterns hanging off of them. Very exciting stuff there. Like one of the things that we focused on this week was really making sure that we're lighting up our colony. It's something that was way overdue. I know people have brought it up in the comments before, and, it's something I would recommend doing a lot sooner than we did it. But, we have our colony very much lit up. To try to prevent anything from spawning around here. So we went around all the way up the hill that's over here, and we lit all of this up. We actually accidentally found a zombie spawner that is like partially above ground, like it's like a little dungeon, but like it didn't, like it spawned improperly into the side of the mountain. But yeah, so we got torches going all the way up here, and all the way over here as well. So I think this is a good radius. We probably have a little bit more lighting up to do, but I think this helps a lot more. We were walking around at night and not much was really spawning around here, which was encouraging over here, because this used to be a pretty bad area for like mob spawning. And then especially now that we're starting to build out a little bit more, it's probably a good idea to have this all lit up. So, but yeah, we did a lot over the last couple live streams as well, not just with the lighting. I'll kind of go around and show what we've been up to, but we also upgraded the plantation to level 3 as well, which was like definitely overdue. We need like a lot of paper and sugarcane, so I'm happy that we were able to get this upgraded. It actually wasn't too difficult to upgrade. It was just we needed some wheat extra shingles on top there, which is, a lot. But we had a lot of grain stored up, so it made it a lot easier there. And then, we finished bringing down the sidewalk, at least over here, all the way down with the rails here. We're probably going to have to merge these roads over here, but yeah, so we got this going all the way down. So we have 2 tracks spanning this road. Let me see if we could just borrow this guard's bed for tonight over here. We just before recording this, we had a really, really bad raid. So you're going to see a lot of people growing up in that, because we just had a lot of birds. We unfortunately, along the way, we lost 6 different guards because they ended up breaching a door, which I'll show what I put in there and what the steps we just took to try to remedy this. So, but yeah, so we got, street lamps going everywhere. Again, just got some stone wall there, and then some lanterns hanging off of them. I think it does a great job lighting up the area. And then, like I said, nothing's been spawning over here, but over here as well, you can see we got the road in. We also got a lot of sidewalk in too, heading down. Here we still have our chest kind of hanging out here. We also have some trees down the middle here. I think this looks great. This looks so bland before with, it was just like this open line down the way. I think the trees really make it look great. And you can tell right here and actually I have to move this probably over a little bit. It's a little bit crooked. Here, so we can have the lantern hanging off the side here. But yeah, so we have this put in here. We're going to have lanterns coming all the way down here as well, but this spans all the way down here too, because we've put in like so much road and some brick sidewalk. We're out of bricks again, unfortunately, but let's head on over. I'll show what else we were working on. Oh, actually, I should have brought up, we upgraded the hospital finally to level 3. So now we only have 3 buildings left that are not at level 3. So you can see the hospital has gotten massive. Let's go inside and take a look here. You can see we got a couple beds over here, patient beds. Now got some racks there. Let's take a look up here. So like a nice little like research area up here with like the bookshelves. And it looks like a bunch of stuff in the racks that he put up here as well. So increasing in space, which is good. And then I think it looks great. It's got a brewing stand, now as well. But just taking a look at this for level 4 is actually, wow, that's not that much. Just some concrete. Well, so we'll have to put that relevant building in, but we're a little ways away still from getting anything upgraded to level 4. But yeah, this is not that much needed there, so good. So let's head on over. Let me show what else we've been up to. Here we got a bunch of rodent, like I said, everywhere. And let's head on back. We also did the housing shuffle, just seeing this guy go running. So we moved people closer together. And I forgot to mention, these 2 houses right here, these are also relatively new as well. They're both upgraded to level 3. And the reason I wanted them in this area was because of all these buildings over here, because we had some workers that were unfortunately traveling all the way down that way to those houses, because that's where we had availability when we put those in. So since then, we've put in 2 more houses here, and we did the shuffle, so that way we have more than enough people hanging in over here, being able to reside here. So let's head on over here. I'll just show, because we've been upgrading, we started upgrading the houses to level 3. We're going to keep doing that, although I think we're going to turn off birds so we're not getting like too many birds, because like we're running out of room in our library here. So yeah, let's head in here. So this stone house is up to level 3 as well. Let me just show this. Emmy moved on over here. We moved her over here so she's closer to her workstation. And so those are some of the upgrades. Again, the streets in that took a lot of time. We had to go find a lot of clay, for bricks and that. So let me just show some of the other stuff that we did too. So we'll head on down this way. And actually I can show this off too. So we now have the road coming down this hill with some brick stairs coming down on either side. Definitely seems like the colonists do not like going up the asphalt road. They've been using the stairs on either side when they need to come up or down. And then you can see right now, this is like a great example of them, doing that. I think she's going to go stand on the roof of the blacksmith's hut. I don't know why she keeps doing that, but we'll have to, do some terraforming there. But yeah, so you can see they're using the sidewalks there, but this is great. We're going to keep working to get more street in, so eventually we could use the ultimate car mod to get around the colony so we can move around a little bit quicker here. And then, like I said, we put torches in going all the way down there. And let's head on down here. We also upgraded... If I could sprint. We also upgraded this house over here to level 3 as a wood alternative house, so something a little bit different with it. So yeah, there's not right there. This is kind of like an interesting one because it's like 3 separate facilities in one area. Because let's see the upstairs, and then there's an upstairs here. So it kind of feels like this is like more like an apartment complex almost to an extent, because it's just we got 3 separate living spaces here. So but yeah, I think we're pretty close to being maxed out on bed space. I don't think we really have any left now. I think we had enough birds come in there. I know our school is packed right now, as is our library as well, with people learning. And that, which it's been great giving them some time to learn and develop. Their intelligence has been getting a lot higher, and that should help out with some of their professions and that too. So the other thing that we did, because we had a nasty raid over here. It was a very nasty raid, I will say, over here that didn't spawn that far from shore. So, originally I had put a door in over here. 2 doors, actually. 2 doors is a defense mechanism, because we have our automated sugarcane farm, which while we're over here, I'll take a spin over here and show. And the reason I did the doors was just to access this area a little bit easier. And eventually I'd like to put a bridge in so we can kind of connect this continent and this one here, because again, we have our canola growing over here, which I'll have to harvest soon. And we have our cotton farm up here that, gives us some string, which is the main purpose for it. And you could also make clothing in that. And yeah, so we do have an automated sugarcane farm. Again, I didn't make an episode on it just because it is a very low tech design for it, very simple to build, But we've been collecting a lot of sugarcane here, which is good because we've needed a ton of paper, especially with having all the people in the library and the school, and that's helped out a lot. One of the other things I talked about previously are these little mechanisms called the chunk loader. So essentially, it's a mod that you can install to keep certain areas of the world functioning while you're not in that specific area. So here, like we have this area loaded over here with all our farms, so that way, like our sugarcane farm's always running no matter where we are, and the cotton's always growing. And I think we might have even gotten some of the pumpkins and melons. I think we got the edge of it, but I also have another one over by our iron farm, which hangs out over there. That way we're always getting like a constant stream of like iron. This is always working. I haven't really seen too much of a performance hit with it, right now. Even like, I mean, we're pulling about 60 frames with like the shaders, which are pretty intensive shaders here. In that, and also with Streamlabs running right now, but I average about, like, when I'm not using Streamlabs, I think about 90, give or take, FPS. So it hasn't really had too much of an impact on it, like maybe like a frame or two there. So yeah, one of the things, because the pirate ship like literally spawned like right over here, unfortunately. So they busted down the door and a bunch of them got in. Because by the time we got over here, because I'm so used to having them spawn so much further out that it gives us a little bit of time to come over here and get over to the ship, but they unfortunately were already barging their way in, and we had to go take care of the spawners, because now that we're at about 39 colonists, so we're getting up there, we're getting towards our population cap. We're going to be upgrading the university probably soon as well, probably in the next week. But yeah, so we we're going to start getting those massive raids now. They're starting to get a lot more nasty. With the ship that we had has 8 spawners on it, so again, like a lot of pirates spawn. Definitely recommend maxing out your barracks at that point. That's what we did. We unfortunately lost 6, so we lost about half of our population at the barracks, but it could have been a lot worse. No civilian deaths, luckily, there. But yeah, just a lot going on there. But since then, we've put down some fence post here and a lead in an iron golem, because again, iron golems are a great asset to kind of supplement your military, because they will attack barbarians and pirates. They do see them as hostile mobs and will attack them. So they're a great thing to have. They'll probably break off these leads, I would think. But we got the pirate raid here. We also got 2 recent barbarian raids over on this side, because I don't know for sure if they could sense like a vulnerability on this side, but I would think that they think that the door is a vulnerability, which it is. But again, we have to be able to get out and over here. It's a little bit of a shorter route than us having the paddle all the way around over here, because we do have a fence over that way. So we're going to do a couple things. We're going to put in more iron golems. Some of ours have wandered off, but now that we have more fenced in, we're going to put in some more iron golems in this area. And we have these guys hanging out over here, or girls hanging out over here. And, they should hopefully help out, or at least slow things down before they get into here. So it'll buy us some time if they try to attack through this way again. So we have them on the outside here. And let me just show the other thing that we're going to do, because as I've talked about before, the thing that stops them from being able to get over anything is a wall. And not the wall like in this sense, like an actual stone or cobblestone wall. They cannot get over it. They just kind of go and they stand near it. It's like the perfect defense, to kind of fence in your colony, because, before when we put this wall in, I didn't know that the fence would have such an effect. Probably should have thought of that. But, they could use a ladder to get up and over the wall, which is what they were doing. They actually had over here 4 different ladders going up where they were getting over the wall. So a way that we're going to combat that is we're going to take some stone wall, and we're going to put it all the way around the base of the wall, hanging all the way around our colony, because they should not be able to get over it, because they won't be able to place a ladder. So essentially they'll be stuck here. The goal is that they should be stuck here doing this, essentially, because they will not be able to get over this, because they should not be able to jump up. Maybe we'll make this a little, maybe we'll Yeah, I'm trying to think. Maybe we'll put them on the top here so they definitely cannot get over, because I'm just trying to think if they angle it right, if they can get up. So maybe we'll do that. We'll do some trial and error with it and see how it goes. But, since we had this really bad raid, I think we're going to focus on that. We're going to try to up our security again. So unleashing a bunch of golems, we're going to have our 4 over here. We have 2 outside, 2 hanging out right here. So again, if the 2 outside ones, if they end up passing away, we'll have these 2 right here to try to be like backup if they come storming through. So there's a vulnerability, but like I said, this should hopefully help to mitigate it somewhat. And yeah, we have some more golems just kind of wandering around in this area. Our border's starting to come out a lot more. You can see on the map, but over here, like with some recent builds in that, our borders are starting to expand further out. So, our goal is to eventually get the colony going up to here. So that way, maybe we'll have to put a guard tower in, and maybe we can over here to try to extend it. But this would be great to have like a guard tower kind of watching down over in this area too. That'll expand the chunk borders out. So maybe we'll try to put it like right over here or something there too, because that way, the other thing is with the rallying banner is that they won't come outside of your colony boundary, unfortunately, because it'll say like, they're sworn to protect their families and that they're not leaving the colony. So when we get a pirate raid, that makes it a little bit more difficult, to rally them, because I have to leave to go try to get rid of the spawners, which was it was like the perfect storm that we ran into here, because they were close enough to shore. It was a big one, an 8 spawner one, and it's just outside our colony borders. So if I went outside, like, because otherwise I would, if we could rally them, which I kind of wish they would make an exception, like to a certain extent outside of the boundary for the guards to go. I think it's just because, again, like I think just the way that the mod is set up, that they cannot go outside of the boundary of your colony, because workers obviously will not build things outside of your colony. They won't go out there. So I think they kind of have to stay within the boundaries of it. And that, but I kind of wish they would be able to make an exception so that they could come slightly outside of it. But yeah, so we'll try to expand it over here. We're gonna unleash a ton of golems over here. We had some originally. You could see that there's at least one hanging out right over here, but we're gonna try to have a bunch over here to try to help out with security, because we seem to get most of our attacks from the northeast and the northwest. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna up our security. Like I said, we're gonna finish up the wall, at least on this side, and maybe look to try to put it around the back side as well. So, we're probably going to dedicate, a streamer to doing that. So yeah, those are a lot of the upgrades and, updates on the colony. Like I said, a lot happened in the last week. We also upgraded, I don't know if I mentioned, we also upgraded the Nether Miner to be up to level 3. So that way they can use some iron here. And we're going to have to, before we do this, build a combat academy, which I've talked about this before. But the goal is, because again, the nether miner requires strength and adaptability. So the thinking behind this is hopefully we can get them through school, some time at the library, and then into the combat academy, which will raise their adaptability. And when we get the adaptability up high, we can move them over here, and then we'll essentially have the other person stay at, like, we'll have a person behind at the combat academy. So if another miner dies, it'll be someone in their place there. So, that's kind of the thinking behind it. But right now we've had very limited success with it, to the point that unfortunately, like the longest one, and it was a guard that had a high durability rating. The longest one was about, I think, like 4 in in colony games or days, here, because again, we have it set to 20 minutes, with the extended time. So it unfortunately, they didn't last that long either. So I think we're just going to have to try to train them up the best that we can before we get it. But I definitely want to get the nether miner going again, just because we need a lot of items from the nether. So it'd be nice to have them going in there and getting it. We've needed in some upgrades and that. So yeah, those are all the updates for what's been going on. So today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be building a player house today, and I've been saving a certain part of the colony for this purpose, a nice waterfront view of the ocean, which I think will be great. So today we're going to have Maddox, like I said, build us a player house. Player house is a little bit different. It is one of the ones using the build tool. I'll get into that in just a second. But the player house will essentially allow you, like a place to live for the player. And, the builder will build it. They can put a bunch of stuff in there. There's a couple different designs. So let's let's head on over right now to the area and let's get the player house all built. Okay, so we're over here because we're going to be doing something, as I mentioned earlier, a little bit different today. So we're not going to be doing a new, I guess, citizen building today. We're going to be having out probably Maddox build us a player house, which, I've talked briefly about this in the past, but the build tool itself is pretty unique because you can add in a lot of decorations and other types of builds, which one of them is a player house. So I'm going to go ahead and just give a warning that there could be some flashing, but I'm just going to show the tool. So if you are sensitive, now's a good time to look away. Let me go ahead and click here. So we're kind of familiar with this screen because, this is the fill, the dig, and then you can make a well. But if you click on this category right here, going down the list, you can see that there is a variety of different things like decorations that you can build, which is very cool. You could put some fields in as well. Even like a, cave look to them. That's pretty cool there. And, there's an infrastructure, option here too. And, Lost City, Minor Nethership, and then the player housing, which we're going to be focusing on today, you can even put in, it looks like rails. And then we've been putting in our own rail system, as you know, but yeah, roads. So there's a lot of stuff that you can place down. I believe you can also put down parks and whatnot too. Ice skating rink, I believe, is one of them. So it's pretty cool. And, your builder will end up building it for you there. So I wanted to kind of get our own house. So we've been, kind of camping out in the town hall for most of the series since we moved out from the middle of the street. But, I figured it'd be cool for us to have our own house. So let's take a look here. I was doing some terraforming before over here, try to flatten this out. We'll see if the house will fit within this little radius right here. And if it does, great. If not, it should be big enough in the back. I actually extended the coast out just a little bit here to make a little bit more room because we're going to place it up here, but we might have to have a little bit more terraforming done here, but Maddox will be able to take care of that. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and try to plop down the house here. It is fairly large because I have taken a look before at it. So let's head on down to player house. Went a little too far. There we go. Player housing. So of course there are a couple different styles, and you can see how big this thing is. Like, this is huge. There's a lot of different styles though, and then they have varying levels for each one. So you can see 1 is obviously more of the basic one. 2 starts to get a little bit more complex, and then 3 is like the really complex one. But I think what we're going to do is we're actually going to go with a wooden one. And I do like the look of the wooden house here. I think it looks really cool on the inside. I think we're going to go with level 2, though, opposed to level 3, because when I saw this before, I believe that this is end stone or end brick, and we don't have access to end brick, so that would be kind of a hold up there. But I think we're going to go, if we go with level 2, I think we should have everything that we need. So, but you can see just how massive this build is. It's just massive. So now I think it's a little bit recessed into the ground. One thing is you're going to want to be careful because I don't believe that there's a block associated with this, because it's probably, they treat it as more of a decoration, so there's not really like a worker block for it. So, I'm not sure how it would work if like we made a mistake, other than like me having to like retrieve the world from a backup, I guess, to fix this without, maybe take, or otherwise we'll have to take it down ourselves. So I think that the front side, bear with me. Let me move this back too, because we're almost going to fall off the edge. I think this might be the front side here. This looks like a path because the other backside kind of the other door like on this side because there's doors there, and then there's a this looks like a main door because this looks like a front deck type of thing. Because when you come out here, this kind of looks like a back area almost because there's like a little pen here. Yeah, this must be the back area because this looks like a little pen for like animals in here. So maybe we can keep a few animals within here, and then I'm not sure what this is supposed to be. I guess it's kind of open because it kind of has like a look of like maybe like a pool or something. We could always make this into a pool. That could be cool or something here. So, okay, I think we found the front side. So let's go ahead and move this back. And then also, I think we're a little too far here. Yeah, we were. Okay, I'm gonna leave some side on the here. So I think we're gonna try to and back. Let me check one thing because I know we're kind of verging on the chunk border here, but I think actually we're okay. Never mind. Just making sure because they will not build outside of the chunk border, but that looks okay. So it spans all the way over here. Okay. I'll leave a little bit of room because I think the other thing I want to do is maybe put like a little like we've been starting to put like little lookout areas that like archers could essentially stand here and like shoot down at. So this should be we left enough space I think here, and this is as far back as we can go. And I believe that this should be at the correct level. Let me just see. Yeah, because this would have it up another level. So right there, we'll leave this little area open right over here. We'll actually probably put a little path down here since there's like two ways, I guess. And that actually leaves a lot of room up here to put in like a road and everything. So I'm happy with that. So that way we're not right up against everything. So okay, I think this looks good. I think this is going to be a little bit of a bigger build, so and there's got to be a little bit of terraforming, but let's go ahead and drop this down. And okay, great. So we can see right from the start. So they tell us everything that we're going to need. So we're going to need a lot of red nether bricks. So we're going to have to go find those. A couple furnaces, spruce stairs, carpet, red glazed terracotta. So we're going to have to go retrieve some of that. Purple glazed terracotta, a brewing stand, an enchanting table, 8,751 placeholder blocks, apparently. Nether brick stairs, we have some of those already. Nether bricks, we'll have to go get some more. So, okay. Yeah, the red nether bricks, I'm guessing. We'll have to see how we make those, but yeah, so let's go ahead and assign Maddox onto this, but I think this is going to be one of our bigger builds to date. So let's go ahead and I'm going to drop this down, and I'm probably going to have to do some resource gathering here, especially with the terracotta. So I might make a trip over to our desert. The nearest one's about 1,000 blocks away, so I'll have to go there. So let's go ahead and drop that down, and you can see, wow, this is a massive area, and Maddox will be handling it. So yeah, what we'll do is it's going to take a little while, so I'm going to cut out right now, and we're going to come back and we're going to take a look at the finished product. I'm very excited for this. I've been waiting for us to get our own like property, and I think this is a great area to put it, and I think it'll be great, having, right near the water here. So yeah, let me cut out, and we'll be back in just a few. Okay, so we're back, and yeah, this doesn't look like the house that we had originally tried to place down. It turns out, which, I misspoke a little bit earlier on, that you can upgrade these houses. So, there's this little, instead of like a block, there's this little, like what looks like a blueprint sheet right here. And, so we can name it, we could name it something else, maybe, or maybe not. But we can also upgrade it as well, too. So it looks like you can start off at level 1 and then kind of work your way up. So, we're aiming to get to level 2, but that's good to know that we can actually increase this to level 3 if we want to, when we get some more advanced materials. So, but yeah, it's got a lot of the shell of it because I noticed all of a sudden he was like, I almost have everything, and I'm like, that's impossible because I had gone out and found a ton of terracotta way off in the distance. You can see I actually marked it 2,022 meters away there. So quite a far distance for terracotta, but I tried to grab as much as I possibly could. So yeah, I think what we're going to do is we're going to try to upgrade this now right away to level 2 because that's what I was hoping to get the house to. So let's go ahead and hit the upgrade button. So let's see, I don't know if Maddox will pick it up. But that level 1 was created. So I guess we'll see because right now we have Emmy doing some digging, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if she'll pick this one up. Oh, I see Maddox on the move, so maybe Maddox is picking it up. Okay, Maddox might be picking it up. So great. Yeah, so they should change the out. I think it should change a little bit. With the in the front here, we should be having an entrance probably right about here. So the thing is, what I mean. So like the front of the house, I guess, will technically be facing like this way, but I think it would be difficult because if we face it the other way, we'd have like all of this stuff back here kind of up this way. So it wouldn't fit as well. So I guess we'll have it kind of come down on the side, but we'll also have a front entrance path as well. So I think that'll look very good. So yeah, let's get this upgraded to level 2 then. This is really good information to know. So that way we can eventually even upgrade it even further. So let me get this upgraded to level 2 and then we'll pop back in and we'll take a look at the finished product. So stay tuned and we'll be back in just a few. Okay, and we're back. So it took a lot to get to this point. I had to gather a lot of material, an excessive amount of glowstone that totaled about 95 or so blocks of glowstone and a bunch of terracotta, which excuse me, I had to go all the way over. I'll show where our colony is over here. I had to go all the way over here because we've been to this desert before to get some cactus because we need it for green dye. But a little bit further along was the terracotta part of the desert. So I went and claimed as much terracotta as I could possibly carry and brought it all back. But a ton of terracotta, a ton of nether bricks as well. I had to go into the nether a few times and clean up get some nether racks so that we could come back and smelt it. Our smelter was overwhelmed. Our supply chain was very overwhelmed. I had to start moving some of the materials myself just because the couriers had extremely long list of items and once I kind of cleared up the initial jam and Maddox was able to start actually building, that's when things seemed to clear up a little bit more there. So it took a lot to get to this point, but this is really great. This is a level 2 one. Of course, we can upgrade it to level 3 at some point, 2 when we get some end brick because we'll need some of that. But let's head inside and take a look here. So really cool. Again, nice little kitchen area, nice little sitting area, lots of chest and a nice little table area right there. I like that they used the signs as like little armrest there. And let's head upstairs. And up here, you can see that we do have a double bed here. And then we do have, which I may have to finish, but I think it only asks for 15, but maybe we'll need some additional bookshelves. We'll see. But yeah, so we have an enchanting table up here as well, which is great. It's nice to have one right there. And we have a brewing stand, which will come in handy with, it's nice because we could just fish the water from right there. And we'll have a chest to store some potions and that. And then this seems like a little bit of a hazard up here with no rails anywhere up here. But I'm assuming that this leads into the third upgrade, that maybe there's another room added here or something up here. But the coolest thing, and let me show you because it's kind of tucked away down here, because I was wondering originally, I'm like, why, like, what's with the, with the stone pressure plates and the trapdoors? And let me see, there's a little area down here, so like a little cellar. Let's see if we can actually get down there. I was trying to maneuver while keeping it's a very tough thing. I'm trying to maneuver. There we go. Maneuver while keeping the pressure plates down. But Yeah, this is the basement, which I mean just looks great. So I mean, I guess fetching all that glowstone ended up working out great. It just looks really cool down here. You got the red terracotta that's been smelted, up above, and some other types of terracotta on the wall with some like amazing designs on them. And we get some chests down here, crafting table, lots of crafting tables. And we also get some two auto smelters too, which is very cool because I know we were looking to eventually put one in, but I think, for stuff that we're doing, we could probably do a lot of this, ourselves. And, I was even thinking about maybe putting a stash box down here as well, because that way I think that the courier should be able to come down here, but that way, if we're standing here smelting like green dye or something, we could just kind of do it here. And of course, we do have our other smelting area across the county where our lava farm is, but it'll be great to have one closer to home as well. And then lots of storage because you can see all these racks over here too. So, lots of storage here. And, I'm assuming that they add to this, because it's such a big room and it seems like, that there's other stuff that they might put in when we get up to level 3. But I'm definitely interested because originally I thought we were just going to pick either like you just pick the level 1, 2, or 3 since it kind of, because normally like, you would select the type of building, and then you could look at the different levels after you select it. But here, because it just had 1, 2, and 3. So I'm like, well, we'll just go with 2, I guess. But knowing now that we can upgrade it, I mean, that'll be great there. So let me just show up here how you actually upgrade it, the house. So where's the little, there it is. So this little thing, and be careful to click if you click the upgrade button because they'll start like, getting ready to actually do it. It doesn't tell you what materials are needed there, but of course you can go into the builder site and cancel if you accidentally click it there. But yeah, so you can just upgrade by going there, so up to level 3. And then let me just show the back very quickly. I forgot. Let me show the back. I'm assuming this is some type of pen, just from like the stairs and that. Just kind of has like a pen feel to it. See Maddox there doing some terraforming and over there. And over here, I originally I thought this was like a pool or something. I'm not exactly sure what it is. It kind of has like the feeling of like a tennis court or something, with kind of like the dividing line down the middle here. So I'm not exactly sure what the backyard is supposed to be here, but like, I'm assuming we have a pen and then something, maybe like a recreational area, which is kind of cool. Maybe we could even put like a little swimming pool or something in ourselves and just kind of dig this out here. And then, the other thing, because I was looking at some of the other decorations, that there's the ability to build like hedge mazes and ice rinks, tennis courts, like all that stuff. So I thought about maybe putting an ice rink in over here, and putting a hedge maze somewhere in like a nice green area. And that, I thought that might be like really cool. But yeah, this was a great investment, a very expensive investment, I would say. I would say it's definitely, this is one of the bigger ones, builds that we've done. And I'm just going to hop in the bed very quickly. They're, probably a little bit more comparable to the university just because it took a lot of material that we didn't have. We didn't have terracotta up until now. And, we didn't really have any nether brick in that. So it took a lot to get that. The glowstone, I didn't have that much of. So that was a little bit limiting there. But yeah, once you gather all the materials, it ended up working out great, I think, here. So I was very excited. I'm very excited about it. I think we're going to start moving into our new house soon. So probably move out of the town hall upstairs and start moving some stuff over into here and kind of making it feel more like it's our space. And that, because again, this is intended to be our house. None of the colonists are going to be living here. So we can kind of customize it a little bit. I would also caution as well, because I know, if you place things that are not part of the buildings, that, if you upgrade them, they'll take them down, and they don't destroy them, but they will take them down. So, I'll be curious to see if we move a bunch of stuff into the house eventually when we upgrade, if we're going to have to move it out, or, the stuff in the chest, for example, if they leave that alone, or like what ends up, going on with it, or if they just, transport it over to the warehouse. But, we'll get there eventually. We'll probably do a follow-up video on it at some point too. just to kind of show like a level 3 one. And of course, this is just one design, that there's several different designs. So again, depending on what design you go with, we went with the wooden one, the way that your space looks might be a little bit different as well. But I think this should get a little bit bigger when we go up to level 3. So it looked like the Asian design one looked very large. So I'll be curious to see how big the wooden one gets. But yeah, I think we're going to leave it here for today, guys. Thank you so much for coming in and hanging out. I hope you enjoyed the look here at building a player house. Definitely something I think worthwhile doing there. If you did enjoy the video, please consider dropping a like down below. It really helps out with the YouTube algorithm there. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. It's free, doesn't cost anything, helps the channel out a lot, and you'll always be notified when we go live or when a new video drops. And if you have a Discord, the invitation link to our Discord is in the About Me section there. Feel free to hop on over there. It's free. And, you can feel free to ask questions about MineColonies, the world, anything else, and any of us in the community will help you. So my name is Builder. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great rest of the day, and we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye for now.